So guys, there's been a major announcement from Google, and it's not often Google make announcements that affects their entire platform and all advertisers. So Google have announced that going forward that all advertisers will need to verify their identity with Google. This is a huge announcement and has an impact on every single advertiser on the platform, as when Google roll this out starting in the US, every advertiser will need to tell them who they are and provide documents to prove it. And the reason they've done this is to increase visibility and transparency for people who are searching for services on Google. If you go to Google, type in a search, Google are now going to have an option where the person searching can find out specifically who the company is paying for those adverts. Now, Google already started doing this for political advertising in 2018, but now they're rolling this out to all advertisers. So let's take a look at the implications of this announcement that Google have made, what it means for advertisers like yourselves and like me, and then we're going to break down what it means for the industry as a whole coming up. Hey guys, Darren Taylor of thebigmarketer.com here, and my job is to make you a better marketer. Now, if you're new to the channel, I'm Darren Taylor, a digital marketing trainer and consultant. I specialize in search engine marketing, be that SEO or PPC. So if that sounds of interest to you, you should consider subscribing to the channel. And in this video, we're breaking down a recent announcement Google made where they will require all advertisers in future to verify their identification with Google, meaning Google will require them to send documents to verify specifically who they are. So that's in a nutshell what Google are going to do, but what are the implications of this decision? So if you're a business operating on Google Ads, then you're likely to have a lot of the documentation Google is asking for. They're going to ask for business incorporation documents, so whichever state or country you have incorporated in, that documentation could be provided to Google to verify your business. But they'll also require personal identification as well. They haven't gone into specifically what kind of documents will personally be identifiable and what they'll require, but I can imagine it will be things like driver's license or passports or any kind of documentation that can verify who you are as an advertiser. And these two pieces of information are already required for advertisers in the political sphere who are spending money on political adverts. But now that Google are rolling this out to all advertisers, this will be required for all going forward. And it's first of all going to start happening in the US, and then they're going to roll it out across the entire globe. They are also rolling this out by industry niche as well. They haven't disclosed which industries will be targeted first, though I can imagine I know which ones will be. But they want to roll this out across all industries eventually, and the people in the industries they're targeting first will be contacted directly by Google. When Google reach out to you asking for documents to prove who you are and who your business is, you will have 30 days to get all documentation sent over to Google or risk being removed from the platform. Your ads will actually stop running if you don't provide Google with the data around your identity that they need. Let's take a closer look at the reason Google have done this and what users of Google can do with this information. So when users go to Google and perform a search and your advert comes up, they'll have an option to click where they can see specifically who your business is in terms of the business name and which areas you operate within. But they'll also have the opportunity to block seeing your ads on an individual basis. So it's a bit like using an ad blocker for themselves. Google have opted themselves into an ad blocker because ultimately you can determine whether or not you want to see a specific business's ad on Google if you're a user. Here is a screenshot of how this will look in Google's visualization, courtesy of Search Engine Journal. And you can see here the user has options to be able to see who the advertiser is and then block seeing their ads in future. So that's essentially the functionality Google want to use off the back of making this decision. Jack Canfield, Director of Product Management at Google, had the following to say. He says, "This change will make it easier for people to understand who the advertiser is behind the ads they see from Google and help them make more informed decisions when using our advertising controls. It will also support the health of the digital advertising ecosystem by detecting bad actors and limiting their attempts to misrepresent themselves." So that last part of his quote, I think, is one of the key reasons that they are doing this as well. Not just for the user's sake in terms of being able to control which ads they see or which ads they hide, but also to help help with bad actors. And as you know, if you've ever gone to YouTube, and probably before this very video you're watching, if you've ever seen anyone selling dodgy courses or get rich quick schemes or anything like that, this is giving an extra layer of protection to the user. If somebody goes to Google and there's an advert triggered, they know exactly who the business is behind that advert, and that's exactly why they've done this. So all of the bad actors, all of the rogue players now have to disclose who their company is. People can do due diligence on the company, specifically see their filing, see what they've been up to, see the names behind the company specifically as well, and it makes things a lot easier for the user. So in reality, you can either take this one of two ways. Are you a good advertiser with good intentions? Then if this is the case, it's a bit more administrative work in terms of sending documents to Google. If you're a bad actor, then you might have to start thinking of how to hide who you are and what you're doing. So essentially, this is one of the rare occasions I really like that Google have done this, because it's going to help real advertisers get better value to people searching for their services, and it's just a small layer of admin really on top of what you're doing already. So let me know in the comments what you think about this recent change. I'll be more than happy to discuss it with you down there. If you like this video, please leave a like below. I reply to pretty much every single comment I get, so I can't wait to discuss this update with you. More important than that, check out the other content across my channel, and I'll see you guys on my next video.